Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone watching around the world. You are joining the Ultra Force Racing League. We are in an awesome track today, which is, of course, Imola, and we're here for the Hundy League, which is, of course, the 100% tier. We've got one shot qualifying, sprint race, and then obviously 63 beautiful laps of this twisty technical circuit. So just waiting for the last of the drivers to get into the lobby, and we'll be underway with the one shot qualifying. So just as we're waiting for the last of the drivers to drift into the lobby, let's give a little bit of info of this beautiful circuit. It's got 19 corners. Technically, there's only 16 because there is three little layers of this circuit. You've got turn number 8, which isn't even a turn; it's just a bit of a kink, really. Is problematic sometimes if you're going 2 or 3 wide coming out the hairpin. It is over a blind crest as well, which can be problematic for turn 9. Then, of course, you've got turn 16, which again is just a little bit of a dogleg, but it can be problematic for people chasing down, trying to get on the rear of people as they come across that DRS detection zone. So if you can actually make an overtake at that point, it's really good because you can obviously get in front of the driver and then still have DRS, which is pretty powerful around here on that long DRS straight down the home finish straight. And of course, just as we get to the pit entry, you've got turn 19, which isn't even a turn, and of course, you've even got turn 1. It's just a bit of a fraud, really. But yeah, there are some decent sections in this track. Sector 1, of course, you've got a pretty technical chicane section, followed by another second chicane leading to the end of Sector 1, and of course the pretty difficult hairpin that has 3 different lines you can take around there. You can have an inside line, a mid line, or even a wide line, which can be beneficial depending on what your setup is. So I expect to see quite a lot of overtakes at that hairpin tonight, but we'll see how the drivers get on with that. And of course, coming round in Sector 2, you've got that very difficult 11, 12 and 13 dipping down the hill and then climbing up on that sharp right. Bit of a penalty giver. So I imagine there'll be quite a few drivers tonight picking up penalties on that section alone. And of course, difficult turn 14 and 15. It's a very technical chicane, and I've seen a lot of drivers go through here. Sometimes in second gear, sometimes in third, but it is a difficult one to go through there fast. So again, we're going to see this corner separate the men and women from the boys and the girls. And of course, 63 laps. Oh, so I'm actually hoping that the drivers behave themselves tonight and don't bring out any safety cars, because it's already going to be a long ass session. So we don't be wanting any virtual safety cars or even safety cars coming out tonight. So if everybody can be on their best behaviour, that would be absolutely wonderful. Not long now, and we'll be getting into that one-shot quali. Bear with me, guys. Just waiting for the last drivers to get into the lobby. One more driver to turn up, and then we'll be getting underway for the one-shot quali. Now, sprint qualifying is of course 21 laps, and the full race is 63 laps. Obviously, the 100% distance tyre demographic will be enforced tonight, so obviously tyre wear will be less. You can go longer, but I'm not very versed on 100% races, so I'm not sure how far people can push the tyres. So I will be in the dark, so I will try my best with strategies and things. But yeah, do get involved in the stream if you're watching, guys. And let's just, while we're waiting for the last driver, let's just run down the standings, the driver standings for 100% tier. Leading at the minute is Hazer on 66 points, with a small gap back to Mercs, who's on 54 points. Then of course we've got Best Destroyer Drac in third place, who's on 36 points. So there's quite a sizable gap between second and third in this championships. And then just in fourth place, Mr. Poem on 35 points, nipping at the heels of Destroyer Drac. Only 1 point separates them two, and then 2 points separates the next driver, which is of course Rusty Bolt. He's sitting on 33 points, and then nipping at his heels is Dougie, who's on 27, and then again 1 point is the difference between him and Brewdog, who is the driver that we're actually waiting for tonight. As soon as he's in the lobby, which I think he has just arrived, we'll be getting underway. So yeah, quite tasty between P1 and P2 in the championship there, and I believe there's a couple of other people just fighting it out for positions. So this could be a very interesting race indeed. If you are watching from outside of the league, just to reiterate as well, it is 100% distance, and it also, I believe it is realistic performance as well. So drivers have been placed into certain cars depending on their usual tier. So again, if you see a bit of pace difference, it's not only the cars, but also because they're from different tiers within the league, which does of course spice things up just that little bit. So just about to start the one shot. Obviously the guys will have to put their setups on. I believe it's 2 or 3 minute wait before we actually go. And I'm very intrigued to know what people will be doing for setups, because it's a bit of a difficult track. You do need that straight line speed, but also you do need that technical grip. A fair few of those technical sections around this course. It does look dry for the one shot, which will be great for the drivers. I'm sure they'll be happy about that. So a nice dry qualifying session by the looks of it, and then possibly a little bit of rain. It is known to be wet in Imola. I mean, personally, I'd love it to be wet. Adds a bit of spice to it, but I'm sure the drivers will be cursing me now asking for rain, but yeah. Okay, let's go on board with so Bloomer already is sitting P1 at the minute. Let's see if anyone can knock him off. Go on board with Bloomer, I can finally find him. Oh, it's Beast. Beast is... There we go, let's go with Beast to see what he can do. Nice tight line through the hairpin there. Gets the power down, up the hill. Obviously hot lap engaged. I imagine some of these drivers will be going slightly careful. We've already lost 4 to invalidating laps. 5 make that now. 6 people already invalidating laps. Tricky chicane section. Oh, Beast did that in 4th then. And he powers his way down. the last two corners. See what Mr. Beast can do. So 116, 177, it was by Merckx actually. Okay, yeah, Beast just lost out in that last sector there. So a great lap from UFRL Merckx there. With a 116, 177, half a tenth back is Beast, and then a tenth back from him is UFRL Coffee. We've got Algeria with a 116.924, Widget with a 117.195, Prezi Perez with 117.2, Lit Bloomer with a 117.257, SR Racing with a 117.3. And then we've got UFR William with a 117.397, so quite a lot of drivers in the 17s, a few drivers in the 16s, and of course we've got a few drivers at the back that failed to do a qualifying lap. And it might possibly be a restart, because I think someone was naughty and didn't allow the 2 to 3 minutes rest time before going, and a few drivers didn't get their setups on. So this could be, just waiting for race control to let us know. It looks like we will be going. I think we just need to wait for Hazer, who left. I think it was going to be a restart. And by the looks of it, it's dry for the sprint. So it looks like the power of the commentator's curse is not strong today. I need to work on that actually. Getting my commentator's curse strength up for this season. If you are watching live, just so you know, I am not receiving the messages on the stream. I am seeing them, the notifications coming through, but they're not appearing on my tablet. So I do apologise, guys. I can't really read anything out because it's not coming through. I will try and fix that now. And here we go for the sprint the sprint race of Imola. And it looks like they're away, and Merck and Beast get away great, but it looks like Beast is going to come on the outside of turn 1. Is he going to make it there? He does. Beast goes round the outside of turn 1, and he's fighting back at him now. Algera's on the heels though. He's following the Williams really close to the back of his gearbox. We just see one of the cars go wide, and it looks like Beast actually went really wide. He's dropped all the way down to the back of the field now. Unfortunate for lap 1 for Beast, but he's got to claw his way back, and he's got 20 and a half laps to do that. As we see the Ferrari and the Alpine make contact coming out of the hairpin, it looked like the Ferrari had a bit of wheel spin there. So unfortunately, Bloomer has dropped down to the back. So Merckx is on the soft tyre. I can imagine the softs can go that far, but he is going to be struggling towards the end of this sprint. Algera's now in the lead in that McLaren. 3/10 lead coming down the straight, but the DRS will not be activated for another lap now, but the slipstream effect is very strong round here. Will Merckx be able to get in front by turn 1 as he picks up the slipstream? I don't think he's going to be close enough. Not close enough, but he will be wanting to make those soft tyres make a move early on in this race, as we've got Widget on the back of these two waiting for one of these to make a mistake, and he's all over the back of the Williams now, which goes a little bit deep and also off track, so Widget needs to be careful of that. Luckily that gravel's not too deep and he managed to keep it on track, but we've got Bad Boy 2005 who's now joining the back of this pack. We've got Link's Piece, he's also wanting to get a sniff at this front pack, and then UFRL William, 1.2 back from Piece, so he needs to make some ground now on those medium tyres, as we're just seeing that Bad Boy was going a little bit, can't think of that was Bad Boy or Widget that was behind then, but Bad Boy just going a little bit off track there. 2/10 for Merckx now. Let's see if he can get this overtake done. DRS I think will be activated at the end of this lap, but he won't get it in sector 1. As these two getting a sizable lead now on Bad Boy. And Widget's getting overtaken now by Peace. He's got a bit of an issue on those medium tyres, going wide again in the gravel. Now Bad Boy sets the fastest lap with 1:18.558. And again, Merckx not close enough to make a move into that first chicane, but maybe that is tactical. Oh, I just see the Algera get a little bit rear happy, lose a bit of traction as he tries to put the power down. But did Merckx hang back on purpose to get the next DRS? I don't think I want to sit in the rear of Algera much longer on those soft tyres. He needs to be in clean air, clear air, and making a move on those softs. 1.1 second now, back to Bad Boy 2005. And we've got 2 retirees from this now. I think one in the pits. Yeah, one in the pits. And Bloomer is almost half a lap down now. Just watching Merckx now coming through this tricky chicane, and it's ooh. It looked like Merckx had an issue there, but we've now got Bad Boy 2005 clinging onto the back of the coattails of Merckx. Still got that yellow at the end of sector 1. As Merckx finally gets it done, approaching turn 1. And again, the McLaren just getting rear happy, and he made contact with Bad Boy. Just looks like his traction on the rear is just lacking a little bit, as we just see Bad Boy go through into that second chicane, and they're going wheel to wheel again. More contact between these two, so Algera and Bad Boy need to sort this out. It's a non-contact sport. Bad Boy on the inside line. And they make contact again. This is not what we want to see from the racing of these drivers. But Algeria does come out on top for now on those medium tyres. He's now, because of that, all those contacts, he's now 2.8 seconds, nearly 3 seconds behind Merckx. So this is exactly playing into Merckx's hands now. He just needs to keep it clean and just keep that gap. He doesn't have to push it, look after those softs. So let's just go down the field and see if we can see some more action. So we've got Rusty Bolt on Brewdog. Within DRS is open, so yeah, the DRS is activated now. No, we didn't get the notification for that, or if we did, I must have missed it. But DRS is activated as we see Brewdog getting past Hazer. As I imagine, Widget gets the first penalty, 3-second penalty for corner cutting. And will he make the inside lunge into the hairpin? No, he has a sniff. Makes him lose his line. Virtual safety car. Virtual safety car is out, and I think that is for Widget at the back. It is. He's off track. Has he got damage? Yeah, he's lost his wing. And he's a little bit off the pack as well, so he will need to get into the pits. I'd be bolting on a fresh pair of feel-good softs and a wing and trying to get back onto this pack. If this virtual safety car lasts, it'll be all right, but I don't think it will. I think it'll be ending very, very shortly. DRS is enabled, so they're going again. The track is green, so Merckx just losing out under that virtual safety car. He lost just under a second now, so Algeria has made a little bit of ground under that virtual safety car. Maybe Merckx just wanted to play it safe. It depends where you are on track as well. If you're in a twisty section, you can come a cropper with those dreaded drive-throughs, which I have had twice already just in this league alone. So that time coming down now. Algeria really starting to put the pressure on Merckx, so Merckx will probably need to use a bit of these softs, try and pull out a bit of a lead. So let's just go back down to Rusty Bolt now, as he's pushing on the back of Hazer, and also Brewdog's pushing on the back of him. So we've got a bit of a three-way battle now for this 5th place, as Brewdog got a great exit there coming through that second chicane. Of course, it is mediums versus mediums. Beast's done really well to come back up to 9th place after that lap 1 incident where he went wide. He's managed to claw his way back to P9, so the soft working very well for him, and he's only 1.2 seconds behind Brewdog and this fight. So just on board with Link's piece now, who's trying to attack these podium positions now. It's lap 6, just about a quarter of the way through this race now. Well, third of the way through now. It's just on this lap 7 of 21. So the Baldy Boy, Bad Boys, ERS like flashing away there, as is Merckx as they go. Sorry, it was Algeria's light flashing. Bad Boy does come through, and Links, will he come through on top? A little bit of contact, and they both go wide into the gravel. So far, quite a lot of contact from these drivers that are racing. It's not really what you want to see, but get your elbows out is acceptable, but obviously you don't want to be pushing drivers off track because it will get busy in the stewards. Now that lead that Merckx has is going back up to 3 seconds now, so obviously every time people fighting behind, Merckx capitalises and pulls ahead back up to 3 seconds now, 3.2 seconds and climbing. So back on board with Rusty Bullet, who's chasing down Hazer. Beast, actually, I think he's going to make an overtake, possibly into turn 1. Oh, Beast just getting a little bit of rear wheel spin there as he tries to put the power down. DRS activated, the flap is open, he is deploying, and he goes for left-hand side overtake to the inside line into turn 1. And just up ahead we're also seeing Hazer and Rusty Bolt. I think Rusty Bolt has got ahead of him. Merckx now 3.4 seconds. We've got a yellow. It is for Widget at the back again, who's come a cropper and is off track. SR Racing pick up a penalty, 3 seconds. Second drive to get a 3-second time penalty now. But Widget is about to get lapped as well. Unfortunate for Widget. But he has been into the pits once already for a wing and a tyre change for a set of feel goods. They're not obviously treating him right at the minute. So another penalty coming through. So 4 drivers now with penalties. We've got Lynx and Algira both picking up penalties on lap 8 of this race. So that is exactly what UFRL William wants to see, because that could potentially give him a podium at the end of this race. So this front pack now, disregarding Merckx, this front pack P2 down to P5, all pretty close. Just William just needs to make a move and push up to the back of these so he can get the DRS to the second DRS zone. Now we've got another yellow, and it is Bad Boy going off track. Very professional there, kept out of the way for the drivers that were already at racing speed. Absolute superb there from Bad Boy 2005. Absolutely great racing. Very, very professional indeed. So high five to Bad Boy for that. That was really nice to see. He's on the mediums though, so he should be alright. He should be able to push harder than what the soft guys can do. But Beast now up to P7 after dropping all the way down to last from that lap 1 going on. Jump on board with another Beast round again. I think there must be a setup issue. His rear traction not working for him. I think he needs to. I think the only thing he can really do is turn the differential down just to stop them wheels spinning as much under traction. So yeah, unfortunately for Beast as he's spinning again 3 times now. So UFRL William 2.6 seconds back from this pack. Technically speaking, he's in P3 with those penalties in play. Obviously you can't remove time penalties during the race in pit stops, but you can have warnings removed in the stewards if they were received through spurious situations such as being pushed off. We've got a Ferrari at the back. On sudden it's an Alfa Romeo at the back. We're not going to see it because it'll disappear by the time Bloomer gets past him. But yeah, it's Mr. Poem who's out at the first chicane. Will that be a full safety car? Not at the minute. We're not going to get a virtual safety car. Yeah, his car's just disappeared. So unfortunate for Mr. Poem there. I'm not sure what caused that, but he is out of this race. 3 drivers now that have retired from this race. Osmak, Prez, and Mr. Powen being the 3rd person to retire from this race. So Merckx having a comfortable lead now in front, is just about passing the lap driver of Widget. Widget will be getting blue flag shown, he will have to move out the way shortly. I imagine by the time they get to the hairpin. Yeah, nearly 4 seconds now for Merckx. Absolutely smashing this sprint race. But I am wondering, are those tyres going to last competitively? I can see why Merckx is pushing in case there's a safety car or a virtual safety car. You can always come in and put a fresh pair of softs on. Yeah, you don't really want to be sitting around, because if you came in and put the softs on during a safety car, the medium runners are most likely going to push on through. But yeah, looking very clean, very tidy. Rusty Bolt now to P5. Let's have a quick look at the positions lost. Position change. There goes. So Lynx up 12 positions. Who's the position gainer winner at the minute? We've got 10 positions for Rusty Bolt. So fair play to Rusty Bolt making up those positions. And of course Perez down 10. Who's the biggest loser of the positions gained and lost at the minute. Jump on board with Jesus chasing down Bad Boy with a penalty, 3 seconds. Is that his second penalty? No, it's not, it's his first. Fair play. As we just see Rusty Bolt going down the outside. and he makes that move stick. Fair play. And then we've got Hazer on the back of UFRL Williams. Hazer just taking it very easy with that second chicane, just making sure his corner speed was high enough, but just not putting too much pressure on those tyres, and saving some battery as well. So that lead that Merckx got is coming down slightly now, 3.5 seconds, 3.6 seconds. Are these softs starting to wane? Possibly, as we just see William go off track there ever so slightly, just through that tricky chicane, tricky double right-hander. Bobby Hazer, is he going to make a lunge down the inside? He has a little sniff, but he thinks better of it. He's going to stick behind him and use the DRS down the hump, finish straight. DRS both after DRS open, but he moves to the left. That gives him the inside line for turn 1. Well, technically turn 1, it's turn 2, wasn't turn 3. But yeah, he makes that clean move and he's now onto the back of Rusty Bolt, whose right light is flashing. He's harvesting. Much better chicane. The second chicane is much faster, much easier to navigate, and then of course the heavy braking zone into this hairpin. Will Hazer gain on Rusty Bolt? It looks like he has slightly. So again, looking at that gap from Merckx to Peace, coming down to 3.3. I've got yellow flags. Who's that for? It's for the Alpine. The Alpine's gone. Merckx. It's Merckx from the lead. Merckx from the lead. So maybe that was the answer that we were looking for about the softs. Maybe they were dying after 12 laps, but that is a full-blown safety car. Will Peace come into the pits and put a fresh pair of softs on, or will he stick it out on those mediums? Oh, Merckx from the lead. We did see that delta. It was coming down and down as we see Peace stays out. Algeria stays out. Rusty Bolt's come in. He's going to put some softs on. Hazer stayed out. Williams in. Brewdog. I think Brewdog will follow him in. I personally would be coming in and putting some softs on. We've still got 9 laps to go in this race. And a fresh pair of softs against the used mediums are going to be overpowered as hell. So Lynx, Algerio and Hazer all opted to stay out on those used mediums. Let's hope that does not bite him in the arse. But yeah, Rusty Bolt, absolute brilliant call to pit. Same with Doug. Sorry, no, not Doug. So Rusty Bolt was a great move to come in because he only dropped 1 position by doing so, at 2 positions. But he's got a fresh pair of softs. He'll be right behind the front 3 when this race gets going. UFR William, Brewdog, Beast. Coffee's gone for mediums. Maybe didn't have the soft in his allocation. But yeah, most of the drivers in the mid-pack have gone for a fresh set of softs. With 2 drivers going for mediums, which of course Coffee and Bloomer. So look at the penalties now. If you're Rusty Bolt, would you come into the pits and get rid of that 5 seconds, or would you hang it out? Could he make up 5 seconds in 6 laps? Essentially, Hayes is in a good position, but he obviously is on used mediums. So just on the hot sheets, it sounds like Merckx lost connection or got kicked or something, and it is possibly his AI car that actually crashed. Some Really unfortunate for Merckx. He was absolutely dominating that opening session. So just probably won't be coming. The safety car probably won't be coming in this lap. We're still quite stretched out. It probably will be the full three laps behind the safety car. So the front two on 3 seconds of time penalties. In fact, while we're waiting for the safety car to come in, let's just have a quick look at Lynx's warnings. One more. So he's got one. So he's got two left. Algira. Oh, Algira's on his last chance saloon. Then he'll be on 6 seconds. And yeah, oh wow. So Rusty Bolt needs to be careful as well, otherwise he'll be on 8 seconds. So yeah, a lot of these drivers picking up penalties and extra warnings as well. So far, Doug, William, Brewdog, Beast, all penalty free. Coffee, Bloomer, all penalty free as well. Hazer, I forgot to mention, also penalty free. So well done to all those guys. Of course, those with penalties, we don't know if those were are liable to be taken off, or at least the warnings to be taken off. Safety car in, that was a late call. That was a very late call from the safety car. That's practically coming out the last turn. Yeah, I'd be fuming if I was Lynx there. Not much time to prep, and of course he's got to go all the way to the line because of how deep it is, and he's not, he's gone now. Was that too soon? Was that too soon? No, I think he's just going to get away with it. Yeah, Peace does go in, he does keep in the lead. I thought he'd gone a little bit too early there. So Rusty Bolt, will them softs play dividends for him? Oh, we just see Algerio get a little bit too much curb on the inside, which threw him off a little bit. So therefore, Hazer now up into P2. Ah, little contact between Rusty Bolt and Algerio by the looks of it. So that promotes William up into 4th place with 0 penalties. So Hazer and William looking awfully good for P1 and P2 right now. As Widget gets a penalty, he's now on 6 seconds. Rusty Bolt dropped down. Oh, Rusty Bolt has dropped down. So it looks like Rusty Bolt had an issue there after that contact. So it's Hazer and William who are really looking strong for this sprint. We've got 5 laps at the end of this one remaining. And Lynx, Hazer, Algerio certainly got the pace, but of course William is trying to chase down Algerio. He's not got any penalties, William, but that time is dropping. As we just see Bad Boy get past William, who's obviously running very low downforce. That straight line speed without the DRS as well, so just an indication of what kind of setup Widget retires in the pits. And look like Bad Boy got a little bit of a bad line crew for that second chicane there. So DRS will be activated at the end of this lap. Hazer looking comfortable at the minute for this race win. Just needs to keep it on track without penalties and within 3 seconds of Lynx Peace. So at the minute, Lynx Peace, I think he's still good for P2. As the current P3, P4 have 3 seconds also. And look, in fact, let's go to leader. Oh, yeah. So at the minute, Lynx Peace is actually technically P5. So he needs to start pushing the pace a little bit more, and definitely needs to stay penalty free. Just seen Bad Boy going on the inside and he gets rear wheel spin. Oh, that was nearly bad day in the office for Bad Boy. You got rear wheel spin there. It was a nice move on the inside of the hairpin, but it nearly came a cropper when he lost traction in the rear. But he is sizing it up now for Hazer. And, Hazer lets him through. Was that tactical to get the DRS on the next DRS straight, maybe? Interesting. Just seeing Bod Boy there struggle getting through that technical chicane. It really is a difficult chicane to go through. Algerio gets a penalty. So Algerio is now on 6 seconds. That is going to drop him all the way down to about P10. Roosevelt fastest lap, 1:17.541. As it's heating up in the mid-pack now, we've got 6 drivers all fighting for this podium. Brewdog all over the back of SR Racing. Seeing Coffee going around the outside, who makes a little bit of contact with Brewdog and forces him off into the grass. More contact. Oh no. Come on, guys. Wow. So that's Algerio and Coffee, and virtual. I think we're going to get a full safety car. We've got 2 laps remaining. Yeah, so looks like the stewards are busy on that one. Again, more elbows out. I think those elbows are going through people's ribs and out the other side, because that was a pretty hard hit. I'll just see, we just see Doug getting rear traction loss there, which made Brewdog hit him. Obviously, nothing he could really do with that. It's obviously not on purpose, but. Link's getting past Bad Boy now, who's also got a penalty, but Hazer's still looking awfully good for this race win and this sprint race, because he's staying penalty free. He just needs to bring it home now. 2 laps remaining. Not really got any pressure from the rear. He can literally just sail behind these guys all the way to the finish and take this race win. So doesn't have to do anything drastic, doesn't have to take risks. He's got a comfortable buffer back to William because of SR Racing's penalty. So yeah, Hazer just needs to stay calm, stay collected, and bring home this race win. Seven drivers lost from this sprint race already. 9 drivers remain. So we will be starting the final lap of this sprint race. Hazer just needs to keep it tidy, keep it clean, stay off the curbs, and he will have the sprint race win. Beast 3-second time penalty. That's unfortunate for Beast, because he could have jumped quite a few positions if he'd have kept it penalty free there. And of course, remember, the finishing position in the sprint will dictate this main race starting position. Oh, Hazer's just lost it. He's just lost the win. He picked up a penalty. There you go. There's the commentator's curse coming through for you. He needed to keep it clean, and I said it too many times, and he got a penalty. So Hazer, sorry, that was my fault. You've lost that win. So it looks like William. Well, let's put leader on. No, he won't get. He'll get P2. William for P2, I think. So Bad Boy will win this, with possibly William taking P2. Let's have a look as they cross the finish line. Bad Boy, he will drop down though, I think. No, Bad Boy, then Peace, then William for P3. So Peace just did enough there at the end to keep P2. Hazer losing that win with the late penalty, last lap penalty. Coming home basically just under 3 seconds behind the leader with that penalty applied. So yeah, Hazer, if you want to direct your hate mail to Energy Dan in my DMs, I'll happily read that, mate. No worries. So there you go, bad boy taking that win. He obviously didn't expect that in the closing stages, but that late penalty from Hazer obviously gifting him a solid finish there. So we've got Bad Boy P1, Lynx P2, we've got William in P3, Hazer in P4, SR Race, great comeback for SR Racing who's in P5, Beast P6, who had a terrible race with spins and lost wings, but P6 is a solid result for Beast. Rusty Bolt clawing his way back to P7, Bloomer in P8, we've got Doug in P9, Brewdog in P10, and I believe Algerio onwards were all DNFs. No, sorry, Brewdog down were all DNFs. So we've got Brewdog, Algerio, Coffee, Widget, Mercs, who also span out from the lead of this race for whatever reason. We've got Mr. Poem, Prezi Prez, and Ozmatch all DNFing from this race. So looking like it is a dry start potentially, but someone did say in the server, oh no, not rain again. So whether they were teasing, I don't know, but it could potentially be a wet race at some point. Quickly, very quickly go get a drink, and I'll be back momentarily. 1 minute left, guys, and then we'll be going for the main race. And just yeah, quite a few people complaining about setups and straight line speed and what have you. So yeah, 63 laps of this twisty technical circuit now. I've never really done 100% race, but that is, I think it's probably one of the tougher tracks to do 100% race round. Incredibly difficult, some tricky sections, tricky chicanes. Yeah, I don't envy these guys driving around here tonight. I think the only other worst one I think was probably Monaco, maybe. Here we go, guys. We are underway. 5 red lights, and away we go. As the AlphaTauri on the outside gets a bit of a poor start, as Bad Boy on the inside line. Oh, sorry, UFRL Williams on the outside line. They've got a really good start. What's going to happen at turn 1? Is he going to yield? Yes, he does slightly. So it looks like everyone's through pretty clean. Yeah, fair play for everyone there. Absolute great start to this race, but Beast at the back again, just maybe having a bit of an issues with that rear traction, as Link's piece just fails to get the traction down quick enough there. And William is pushing on the back of his gearbox now, coming through sector 2. What's he going to do approaching this double right-hander? Is he going to get right in his rear or give him some space? He's going to leave the space and then put it down. Yeah, really good from William there. This should be a great race if these drivers keep racing like this. Bloomer is on the back of Rusty Bolt. Oh, we just see 2 cars. It's McLaren and the AlphaTauri of Doug and Hazer, is it? No, Hazer and Algerio coming a cropper in sector 1 on lap 1. So not the race they wanted, already coming together. I was just looking at Bad Boy now, coming down the home finish straight as he goes. He's got great straight line speed. Bad Boy goes on the outside of Williams, pushing turn 1. And look at the speed of Bad Boy. Unreal. He was closing on links. But I would, carry the words out, I would guess that he's going to struggle in these tight sections with such low downforce. And it's also going to play havoc for his tyre wear. So let's keep an eye on Bad Boy as they go the graphic for 2 stop, soft, medium, or soft, hard, medium. I just thought medium, soft, to be honest with you. So yeah. So Bad Boy, let's we'll keep on board these guys at the minute, just to see how it fares up with the setups they've got on. As Bad Boy there, he sees Bad Boy get a little bit rear happy as he came from that double right-hander. So a bit of an evenish spread out for the tyre choice. So they've got Doug on the hard tyres, which I think could play into his hands if we get early safety cars. So here we go, Bad Boy. Double left-hander onto the DRS straight. DRS will be activated this lap, but it won't get it for the first activation zone. So let's just see how quickly Bad Boy closes in on links down this straight. And you can already see, let's put telemetry on for a quick second. 195, 201, 202, And yeah, look at that. Link's pace is sitting down at 190 miles per hour, so it's about 13 miles per hour difference. I've got first drops of rain, first drops of rain on the screen, so it's going to be a wet race. So the soft guys obviously choosing that because of the rain coming, but how long will it be before the tyres are not drivable on this circuit? How heavy is this rain going to be? Is it going to be intermediate? Is it going to be full wet? We do not know yet. We will soon see. But the guys should... Oh, let me turn telemetry off. The guys should really be emptying their battery now, I think. Using it as much as possible. Get these gaps up because they're going to be coming in soon. And of course, when you're driving in the rain, it charges up oh so quickly. So William just struggling to keep on the back of these, but I think he should use a bit of battery, get on the back of these, because this is going to be interesting. Who's going to be first to blink? Bad Boy, 3-second time penalty. Widget, 3-second time penalty. So already the penalties coming through for 3 of these drivers. Ozmatch, Beast and Bad Boy all getting 3-second time penalties. The rain doesn't look heavy enough yet. DRS has not been deactivated, so the guys are still going to be on these slicks. But it does look like it's increasing quickly. Are they going to be able to make it to the end of this lap without the rain coming too quickly? It is getting heavier and heavier. The weather model for this game absolutely sucks donkey. It's like flicking on a switch sometimes. The traction's there 1 minute and then bang, it just goes. It's here, it's fine, it's for you. But yeah, William just starting to struggle now. 2.4 seconds back from Bad Boy. Bad Boy's all over the back of Link's piece now. Let's see what happens as he comes to the hairpin. Both drivers taking nice wide lines, getting that power down, go racing up the hill. You see Beast retired in the pits by the looks of it. Let's go SR Racing Algeria at the back. So SR Racing is the first one to blink onto intermediates, and he's first one to go off track on intermediates. Yeah, so we were going to go on board with SR Racing, just see how good those intermediates were faring up there. It might be a little bit early. Let's go on board with Links. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of screen spray now. So it looks like you're probably just about on the crossover. You might get one more lap if they don't come in now. There's no wet line or anything. He's going to come in. Nope. So Links is staying out. Bad Boy's staying out. Williams staying out. Rusty Ball staying out. And Bloomer is staying out. So obviously this track's still not wet enough for the intermediate check. I can see why SI Racing would have gone as those intermediates. Oh, I can just see Doug getting passed by Hayes with those hard tyres now. If you were Doug, I probably would have come in and chanced the intermediates early, because them hard tyres are going to be horrendous the more the rain comes. Yeah, if it doesn't come, is the rain going to come, or is it going to just have a bit of a visit and go off again? E7. I don't think SR Racing is making the most of these intermediates. It might be too early. He's dropping more time. DRS has not been deactivated. When the DRS is deactivated, that's normally an indication it's time to come in. We've not had the message yet. Oh, unfortunately for Mr. Poem, as he gets tangled with... He's got away with it. He's got away with it. No wing damage on, no noticeable wing damage. So Mr. Poem taking 2 positions there, but Merck's flying through as part of that contact that happened. Bad Boy staying out again as he's just about to get passed by Link's Piece on the outside, approaching turn 1. Link's Piece is through, but he will be struggling as we've already... Oh, Bad Boy gets a massive chunk of oversteer there. Massive tank slapper, but just catches it. Great save by Bad Boy there. UFR Williams still nearly 2.5 seconds back from these two. I do envisage the DRS deactivated message springing up any moment now. It does look like it's getting a little bit slippy for the drivers. Not really any wet lines or racing lines appearing. As we've got Mr. Poem, Coffee and SR Racing all on intermediate. So let's join Mr. Poem and see what he can do on these. Let's put the leader on. So he's 39 seconds from the leader. Let's see what he can do in the sector, end of sector 2 and start of sector 3. Some warmth in them tyres. I still think the softs are going to be a little bit quicker than the intermediates, not by loads. As Bad Boy takes the lead again. Stay on board with Mr. P just for a few more moments just to see if he can start falling his time back. But it doesn't look like these are lighting the timing screens. Like, no, he's losing time. I think it's too early for Inters. I think it is too early for those Inters. Bruder looking alright on those mediums. 41.5 seconds now, and it's dropping. It keeps on dropping. It's not heavy enough yet. As Mr. Poe's getting overtaken by Coffee, who's got those intermediates working a little bit better. Bad Boy on that low downforce setup. Someone's starting to struggle now. It looks like Lynx and Bad Boy are swapping places every so often. As we see Mr. Poem in the pits, is he come? Oh, he's back in, so it must have been that wing change. It looks like his wing did get damaged in that contact. So that's unfortunate for Mr. Poem. Coffee, let's have a look at him. So he's 42 seconds from the leader, 42 and a half nearly. And again, not lighting the timing screens alive. Maybe a little bit too early. I think that, were they expecting the rain to come more or quicker or harder? But at the minute, not playing into their hands. You know, pit stop around here, I think it's 23 seconds. So he's still going to be 17 seconds off the lead, even if they pit now. Bad Boy 3-second time penalty. Oh, back with. Oh, does that mean Bad Boy's on 6 now, I believe, is it? Yeah, he's on 6 seconds now. He does have the fastest lap as well, but 6-second time penalty for Bad Boy. Again, just seeing Bad Boy get a little bit twitchy when he wanted to put the power down. And he's starting to struggle with his braking now as well. Of course, low downforce means low drag. Low drag means extended braking, especially in the wet. So it looks like Coffee down another 2.5 seconds. So yeah, far too early for those intermediates. I can see why the drivers did it, but yeah, he's lost more time to the leader on those inters. So obviously these guys at the front really making the most of these soft tyres. We are starting to see a little bit of standing water now though. Starting to see those raindrops bouncing. There you go. You can just see it on that shot now. It's just starting to pool a little bit. So that is an indication that it is getting a little bit too wet. As we just see, who's it going off? I'm trying to work out who that is. Might be Mr. Poem. Is it Mr. Poem at the back that's gone off? It is. It's Mr. Poem that's gone off at the back. We've also got a few people coming to the pits now. We've got Brewdog in the pits. We've got Widget. We've got Bloomer. Why he gets 10 seconds for that. He's obviously staying offline to let people through. But Bad Boy is in the lead of this race. He's got 6 seconds, but we've got William chasing him down. I imagine they'll be in now. I can't see him staying out any longer. He's staying out. Oh my word. Obviously the drivers know better than the commentator, but for me it looks a lot more wetter than it should be for Slicks, but he's making it work. Williams stays out, Rusty Bolt stays out, Merck and Hayes are coming to the pits. They've pulled the plug, so has Doug. Link's piece is on the intermediates, and he is 26.8 seconds from the leader of Bad Boy. So that is the one we need to watch. I believe it's 23 seconds for a pit stop round here. This is coming down. In a minute. So I think we're just starting to see movement now on the Delta. Just starting to see movement on the Delta. I still think Bad Boy and William and Rusty Bolt, even if they're pitted now, they would still come out in P1, 2 and 3, I believe. As long as I've got my pit stop times right. Could be more, could be 26 seconds, but I'm sure it's 23 round here. Bad Boy and others. Oh, Bad Boy comes into the pits, but he gets a 5-second time penalty and then retires. Did he hit the wall? Oh, I wonder if Bad Boy hit the wall. So yeah, UFRL William comes into the pit. It is a safety car. It is a safety car, which has probably saved William actually. Yeah, so he's going to come out. Oh, Link's Peace has. I'm right, so Link's Peace, because of that safety car, has retained the lead. Wow. Okay, so that's two situations in one session where the leader of the race, or a lead contender of the race, has crashed out or spun out, or. So yeah, Bad Boy losing out in the pits. I can only imagine that he went in a bit too hot, locked up the rears if he's running no ABS, and that span him into the pit wall and it's taken his tyre off. So I will keep an eye out on the hot sheets for the information regarding that, but that's what I assume happened. Prezi Prez and Buzzmatch still out on the softs. Can't see that working, to be honest with you. Unless they just missed the pits and they need to come in now. So let's just see if we can hear from Bad Boy. Bad Boy Brewdog? No. So yeah, I can't see why Prezi Prez and Ozmatch are still out on those softs. It's really wet. We're starting to get rooster tails from the rear tyres. They need to get their asses into the pit and get some intermediates on, because that is not going to work out for them. We're only 11 laps into this 63 lap race, so we've still got a very long way to go for these drivers. They need to be making the right calls at the right time, but it might just be... Oh, actually... Oh, they've disconnected, that's what it is. Ah, okay. So they are going to the pit still, but it looks like they're disconnected. So I don't know if race control are watching, if they can maybe get those guys back in, if that's possible. Just looking for, I believe, SR Racing just to catch up. It'll probably be one more lap behind the safety car, and then that'll be the 3 laps. It'll go regardless. So SR Racing needs to get a giddy on. This should be, I believe, the 3rd lap behind the safety car. My understanding, it doesn't wait for you after 3 laps. SR Racing now caught up to the pack. Safety car is in this lap, so a little bit earlier than last time. A little bit more notice for Link Peace, who I believe will take these guys almost all the way to the line. Just put telemetry on to make sure he's not doing anything naughty. 71 miles an hour, he's constant. So far so good for Link's Peace, very professional start. He's not fluctuating his speed or brake checking or anything like that. It's nice conscious speed, and he's gone straight away. He's gone early. I thought he'd have gone later than that, but no, he's gone early. That straight line speed he's got, he felt confident enough, but he's getting pressure now from Williams as he goes on the outside, but think better of it as he just breaks and covers the inside against Rusty Bolt. Rusty Bolt's keeping that P3 position. I was just seeing Link's Pace there, just getting a little bit squirrely coming out of the first chicane. What will happen when he comes through the second chicane? Let's just see what he does. Let's see Rusty Bolt on the back of William there. Will he do an inside line into the hairpin? No, he doesn't. He keeps it clean, goes to the outside, covers off. Very nice from Rusty Bolt there, but he is getting a bit of pressure now from Merckx. And Merckx also been pressured by Hazer. Awful to right-hander as Hazer now looking at the inside for the big chicane. Thinks better of it. So far so good, everyone through clean on lap 1 for now. Coffee had a very smooth line there, coming to the last 2 corners. Really nice. Of course, DRS will not be activated now, and everyone's lights will be flashing, so we don't know if they have been or deploying, but Coffee with a great outside overtake. It will be the inside line for turn 1, where he will... Yep, he will keep that. Very nice move from Coffee there, got the traction down beautifully coming out of that last turn. But now he's coming back under pressure for this second chicane. It is a faster chicane, though it's a less technical chicane. He should be able to get through, no problems, and he does. And keeps... Oh, as we just see the Red Bull in the back with Widget going out wide. So the race is on. 15 laps done. We're just about coming up to quarter race distance now. 48 laps remaining. plus 2, quick maths. Link's pace. He's coming under pressure now as he's got a little bit of a bad exit coming out of the difficult chicane there. So William just chewing on his gearbox, having a suck into those fumes. Likes the taste of them, but he won't want to wait for long. He's going to want to get past and go to dessert, and the dessert is, of course, taking the race lead.
In comparison, a typical road car won't
See Merckx now on the back of Rusty Bolt. Is he going to send in the dummy? No, he actually went really sensible and just made sure his braking was on point. So fair play to Merckx there. Ah, do you see Rusty Bolt? Rusty Bolt spins out into the gravel. He wants to go build himself a sandcastle, but there's no buckets and spades. He's going to have to drive his way back out of there, back on the track, and get going again. It's only lap 16, plenty of time to come back. Just seeing now, Merckx and William pushing the hell out of Link's pace gearbox there. Double right-hander again. This is where it matters, is getting the traction down and staying off that curve, especially in the wet. But I imagine most of these guys now will be running 50% differential in this wet. Maybe a bit higher if they're accustomed to it, but I certainly would be all the way down to 50 in these conditions on this track. Of course, it is getting wetter and wetter. I'm wondering if this rain is going to get heavier and we're going to cross over into the full wets. It doesn't look horrendous, it doesn't look ideal either, but we're just starting to get the tyre marks in the wet, which is normally an indication that the food and water is getting beyond the intermediate. So we just see Merckx goes past now, Williams letting through, a bit of team order there. Williams just decided to brake a little bit earlier to stay nice and tidy. As we just see Merckx getting a little rear spin there. Are these conditions changing? Is it becoming full wets? I think it could be. We're certainly seeing the standing water get more and more. You can see those tyre tracks in the standing water, which is no indication that the full wets are about to come out of the tyre warmers. Racing just getting past Widget, and then he's looking at attacking Brewdog. As Bloomer gets through on Widget as well, so Widget having a terrible time at Imola. I wonder if Widget was one of the guys that wasn't able to put a setup on, and he's maybe gone with a low downforce setup. Let's go back to William, pushing his teammate Merckx. Here's the back in the mix now as well. So it looks like at the minute, at this stage of the race, it's a 4-horse race for this win. Link's pace, obviously the more contender, and 1 second advantage over Merckx before DRS is not available in the wet conditions. So outright pace, outright setup advantage. If the guys set up their cars for the wet, if they set it up for the dry, I think we've seen indications of that in some of the corners here. But certainly Link's piece, Merckx, William, Hazer decided right, because these 4 drivers are starting to make a sizable gap now as the lead pack. The mid-pack starting with Coffee, all the way down to Widget, and then at the back runners of Dub, Rusty Bolt, Prezi Prez, and Match, who are the rear runners. 3 packs in this race, lead, middle and rear, and it looks like the lead runners are sailing away with this now 7-second advantage they have over Coffee. mile coming from Coffee and Brewdog. Brewdog just gets a little bit better traction coming into that braking zone and out of the accelerating phase. Brewdog sizable lead now as Coffee comes into the pits as he's got wing damage, I think. That's early for intermediates. I think it might be a wing change. Is it a wing change? No, it's not. He's just putting fresh intermediates on. Right, okay. Was Coffee one of the guys that pitted early and was driving around in the dry or drier conditions? Maybe they just scorched the tyres. I will check later on when we get a bit of a lull, or maybe some safety car chat. We can have a look when people pitted. But yeah, I imagine Coffee was one that pitted early for those intermediates. I think it was Coffee, SR Racing. I'm wondering if it was Ozmatch as well. I think Ozmatch. In fact, let's just put on tyres and tell us. Tyres. Bloomer was one of them. Brewdog and Widget was one of them. In fact, no, Peace was one of them as well. Unless they pitted again. Did Ozmatch? Yeah, Ozmatch would have pitted again. Prez must have pitted again. There was 7 lap holes into the store, yeah. So I guess it was Coffee, Ozmatch and Prez were all the ones that started early. Doug just picking up a 3-second time penalty there. So this gap from the lead is 6/10. Merckx pushing a little bit quicker now than William. And the spray is getting horrendous. It's hard to tell from the commentary point of view, but it certainly looks like he's getting towards full wets now. The rooster tails are getting bigger and taller. As Hazer is actually the one that Hazer is the first person to pull the trigger. Hazer and Brewdog pulling the trigger and going on to full wet, so it is full wets then. I was right. It was looking like it was getting wetter and wetter. So let's just put once again, let's just put on leader gap and we'll see the time go up or down. 32 seconds. 32.4 seconds for Hazer. So we'll give it half a lap into more and then we'll see. So yeah, more drivers going on to the full wets. So it looks like the crossover point has gone and we are on full wet territory. 32 seconds as Coffee gets a penalty for multiple warnings. Yeah, it looks like the delta is significantly dropping, so it looks like Hazer made the right call there. If you were Doug, I would be coming into the pit pronto because he's within a pit stop window of the leader. And the leader is coming. Right, okay, so the leader's come in, Merckx come in, Williams come in, SR Racing should come in. If he doesn't, he's going to lose positions. And he decides to stay out and be a sailboat. Okay. Great. RVC Widget just getting some connection issues. Yeah. Rusty Bolt goes through as well. Yeah, I can't see that working. Maybe they're hoping for a safety car or something. I don't know. But yeah, SR Racing and Rusty Bolt. Big brain move staying out. Maybe they're feeling something that we can't see. Yeah, I was thinking to be up a good 2-3 laps. It was getting wetter, and I can understand wanting to do track position, but with how quick those full wets were gaining, of was it Hazer? Yeah, I think it was Hazer. So yeah, when Hazer came out on those wets, full wets, and the belt was coming down, that's an indication that they're the type to be on. Can't see how SR Racing or Rusty Bolt are going to make this work. They're just going to lose more and more time. Yeah, I mean, even Link's piece coming down, it's half a second in 2 corners. It's just tumbling, absolutely tumbling, giving Delta away here. Yeah, and he thinks better of it and comes in. Rusty Bolt also thinks better of it and comes in. Yeah, I can see why you're trying it, lads, but yeah, wrong call. So Link's piece will retake the lead now. just past third grade distance. 41 laps remaining. Question is it going to dry out? And if it doesn't, who can take these tyres to the end? 41 laps, I reckon that's the maximum for these tyres. Coffey's still on intermediates. He came in for intermediates and he's gone full wet, so he's going to be struggling to hell. I mean, what do you do if you're Coffey? Do you stay out, look for a safety car? Because obviously if he pits now, he's going to be dead last. How different is the delta? I mean, the wets were considerably faster. So do you hang it out for a safety car or go for a safety car? Personally, I think in a 100% race, you cut your losses from your pit. You know, a lot can happen. If you try and hang this out for a safety car, it could end really badly. If you end up being towards the back, he's trying to hang it out another lap. So you've got 7 seconds to SR Racing. Let's see how 7.6. Let's see what that's like at the end of this sector 1. Yeah, it's a second already just in sector 1 alone. 6.2 now. And it's tumbling. Yeah, oh wow, it's tumbling. Yeah, that to me signifies cup losses coming, put wets on. The only other option Coffey's really got is to do 2 or 3 laps and wait for the safety car, but if it doesn't happen, he's going to put himself further and further back. Let's go back and check out the race leader. Flick's pace, looking really strong indeed. 1.3 seconds ahead of Merckx. But Merckx got a very sizable lead over Hazer. And they have got a lap in the bag in terms of tyre life. Which could come into play at the end of this race should it stay wet to the end and they decide to do no stop to the end. That 1 lap of tyre life could be very handy indeed. Bird in the hands with 2 in the bush, I think the saying is. So it looks like Coffey's just found a bit more pace now. He's gone back to 6.8 to that SR Racing. Going to make time they go on the gravel. So just checking out the ice cream stall on the beach there, and it's shut I'm afraid, so keep on going. Come back down again because of that incident. 5.8, but he's holding his own here actually. He's holding his own, but it's 10.5 seconds to William. Let's see what that's like at the end of sector 3. William getting a 3-second time penalty there. That's not what he wanted. I mean, he has got a bit of a buffer to P1 and P2, but yeah, that P3 was certainly in his grasp, so he just needs to keep it tidy now all the way to the end. And yeah, just looking at this time again, 13.4 seconds now. He's losing time to William. It was 10 seconds at the start of sector 3, and he's now lost 2.5 seconds, nearly 3 seconds actually. It's sort of like in the middle of no man's land now. SR Racing is catching, and obviously behind SR Racing you've got Rusty Bolt, Brewdog and Widget not far behind, all within touching distance. it's now or never. Do you put all your chips in and Coffee gets a massive slide. Nearly loses it. That to me is the nail in the coffin. Get your ass in the pits, get some wets on. Yeah, this is it's go time for wets, I'm afraid, Coffee. I know you try to make it last, but yeah, it's time, mate. It is time. Right, let's go back to our leaders, whose pace is actually making ground now. 2.1 second lead. They increased that by nearly 3/4 of a second just in the last 1.5 laps. And then obviously a big gap back to Hazer from Merckx. It's nearly 6 seconds. Oh, sorry, it is 9-second gap because it's interval. So 9-second gap now between Merckx and Hazer. We've got caution. Who's that for? Osmat's at the back, maybe. Don't know, but track's gone green, that's fine, good to go. Yeah, so a bit of a difficult one. Where's Coffee come in? Approaching. Yeah, just look at the traction difference. I mean, come on, just look at the standing water. Please, Coffee, for the love of God, come in and put some full wets on. Please. And just see. There's no chicane. I think we just saw the Williams. And he's finally come in. Praise the Lord. Yeah, I think it was UFRL William that just got a bit of a cropper on the first chicane there. He has got going again. So yeah, Hazer is now P3. Can't remember, but we've now got P2 for Merckx, P3 for Hazer, P4 for William, and then SR Racing, who's 10 seconds behind William. Let's just see if he can make way and we're slightly under full reps. Coffee's left. Where is that? Was that retirement on track? I think it was retirement in the pits, but his car came out on the track. That was what the glitch was. Okay. So I think he's retired in pits, but his car's come out of the pit. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Hazer, 13 seconds from Merckx. Let's just see how that pans out at the end of sector 2. Sector 1's quite quick, so we'll see what it's like at the end of sector 2 when the twisty bits come into play. Just over the brow of the hill, we are approaching half race distance. Yeah, we've got another 3 laps to go. We'll get halfway. It's a milestone for the drivers. I mean, it takes a lot of concentration for 100% race, especially in the wet. So, you know, I'll tip my cap to all the drivers tonight. Difficult conditions, testing conditions, and of course, it's not the easiest tracks anyway, even in the dry. So fair play to every single driver tonight that's managed to keep it on track and still the racing at this point. Obviously, some guys that DNF'd weren't their fault, but yeah, fair play to everyone who's still racing. 12.7 seconds so far for Hazer. Sector 3 now, I believe, is it? Yeah, it's into sector 3, and it's looking like he's only made a second. It is a gain, but distractions again. For 3 seconds now, Link's pace. Link's piece obviously setting the pace now for this race. 3-second advantage over Merckx. Absolutely fantastic racing. So I'm going to leave you on board with Peace just for a second when I have a quick comfort break. I'll be back in 30 seconds, guys, but I'll leave you on board with Peace just so you can see what he's doing on track. Yeah, he's on board the piece as we've been watching, and he's now increased that lead to 3.5 seconds, so he's making these all wet tyres rest to his advantage. Doing a really good race now. The Mercs have picked up a penalty as we've been gone, and Hazer still hovering at 12-ish seconds, 12.5 seconds now. As we just see Hazer getting slidey out of that turn there, almost sideways, but he caught it very well, so fair play to Hazer. You can tell he's pushing, he really is pushing, he wants to get on the back of that Mercs car. Mercs got a penalty, of course that brings it down to about 9.7 seconds, so within touching distance. Of course it's 100% tier, you don't need to be doing it every single lap, just the odd 10th every sector, maybe in every 2 sectors, and eventually those 10ths, they do build up into seconds. It is, what's the saying, it's a marathon not a sprint, and that's what these tyres are like around here. If you go too hard on these tyres, they will give up eventually, so the odd 10th here and there is exactly how you need to do this. Just keep sipping away at those 10ths, having a little bit of a sip now and again, and like I say, those sips do make a pint eventually, and that's what I think Hazer needs to do. Stay penalty free and just start sipping away at the time. But will anyone have an answer for Link's piece? It's now 4 seconds. Mercs is on 3 seconds time penalty, so technically speaking it's 7-second lead over Mercs. He's absolutely in a mind of his own, in a league of his own, in a race of his own. But is he pushing these tyres too much? Are they going to fall off the cliff? Is that going to force him into doing another stop? We don't know what the weather's going to do. Is this rain to the end? Is it going to stop? We don't know. If it's going to stop at some point, maybe these guys are pushing because they know the dry's coming. We don't know. This is the big question mark over all of this. But it's interesting to see. 7-second lead now Peace has got because that penalty that Mercs has got. Hazer still hovering around at 12.7, not really making any amends. UFR winning that 3-second time penalty. That is going to be problematic for the podium positions at the end. Rusty Bolt 6 seconds back from him, and then SR Racing is just under 6 seconds back from him, and another 7 seconds back for Widget. So yeah, there's a bit of a spread now between these guys. I think everyone just needs to get into one little race, one little groove, and just start clawing away at these time deltas. Okay, so just hot off the press, we've got UFRL EDMP, which was Bad Boy. He actually retired in the pits. He got the 5 seconds and retired in the pits. So yeah, watched it for Bad Boy, who called it a day as he came into the pits. Let's have a look down now. William 7.5 seconds back from Hazer with a penalty, and we've got Rusty Bolt. In fact, Joel, let's just put on the right setting, position change. So there we go. UFRL Mercs leading the position change battle there. 12 positions, absolute monumental. It was 13 positions lost for Bad Boy, but he's not in it. So everyone else is lost 1 position. Who's gone down. So yeah, fair play to those. So William, SR Racing and Doug only losing 1 position in total so far. So great from those 3. But yeah, 12 positions gain for Mercs. Absolute monumental gain for him. But does he have an answer for Link's piece? He's got a penalty in his pocket and he's adrift by 4.8 seconds. So yeah, make that nearly 9 seconds. Sorry, nearly 8 seconds. Adrift from the leader. Link's piece doing exactly what he needs to do, but I am wondering if he's pushing a little bit too much or whether it's just an outright pace advantage he's got. We do see a little wobble from him there as he comes out of that last corner. as he's approaching the second chicane and towards the hairpin. In fact, let's go on board with him. Let's see what he does with the hairpin. Let's see what his traction's like. Yeah, not look too bad. Judging from his gears, I'd say that looks like a solid medium traction control. Maybe wrong, but yeah, second out of there, that would suggest medium traction. Certainly not full because we saw the revs go up, but yeah, I'm just guesstimating there. Let's have a look down there on. Let's put the info back on. I'll say so. We've got Widget on the back of Bloomer, who's the closest battle on track at the minute. Let's see what Widget can do. Widget's not been the tidiest driver, but it might be to do with setup round here. He's not had the best of outings in Imola. We did see in the sprint that he was having a bit of rear traction trouble, so maybe it's setup issue. But yeah, been very unfortunate for Widget. But let's see if he can put some pressure on Bloomer. We've got Rusty Bolt try to chase down William, who's got a penalty. And of course, Rusty Bolt, only just coming past halfway distance, does have those podiums in sight. He's still a long way to go. Still got 30 laps remaining of this race. A lot can happen in 30 laps, and a lot can happen with strategy and tyres. We never know what's going to happen. So yeah, 8.4 second lead Lynx now has. Yeah, all the penalties are 3 seconds. So yeah. 5 plus 3 is 8, it's 8.3 second lead. Wow, fair play to Lynx Peace, but I am wondering whether that pace by piece is going to come down and down bit by bit, piece by piece. Yeah, so let's watch this space. I think the next 5 laps will probably tell us whether he's going to the end or not. If he keeps this pace up, then I certainly think he's going to go for another stop. In fact, just really quick, let's just have a quick look at his times for the last 5 laps. Yeah, he's certainly pushing. For low 31s, Mercs. Yeah, high 32s. Right. Okay. So it looks like Peace does have the outright pace advantage, but I do suspect he is pushing ever so slightly beyond what he really needs to do. Maybe someone can tell me in the server chat, because I can't read the stream chat. But could these wets go to the end on 100%? I don't know. I imagine they're about 43 lap lifespan. That's what the game says. So what would that be? Realistically, 33, 34. So would that bring it outside of the realistic window? Maybe it is a 2-stop. Yeah. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why Peace is pushing. Maybe it is genuinely a 2-stop, and that's what they need to. That's what they want to do. So Rusty Bolt, right on the back of William now. Jaws theme music playing in the background. William looking in his rearview mirror. Rusty Bolt looking absolutely planted coming out of that corner as William just goes to the inside to protect the inside line for the next set of corners. Over the brow of the hill, blind corner. He will have the inside line. It's the better line. Rusty Bolt thinks better going around the outside as I stand corrected. He went around the outside and he went off. I was going to say, going over that blind crest, you don't want to go around the outside on that corner. Unloads the rear tyres. And then when you reload it as you're turning left, you're more likely to spin. I mean, I'm only assuming that's what happened. But yeah, going over that crest, turning left, you know, putting that extra load on that outside right tyre, you can spin quite easy. But yeah, dust yourself off, Rusty Bolt, get back in it. Nothing's, you've not lost anything here. You've got 2 drivers in front, both the Williams have got penalties. So there you go. It is a 2-stop. Peace and Hazer in the pits. They were pushing. They were pushing because of 2. Oh no, they went to intermediates. So it's got lighter. The rain has got lighter, and they decided to go intermediates. As William gets a 5-second speed in the pit lane penalty. So Lynx Peace, reading the weather correctly, he started pushing and pushing and pushing on those wets. We saw it on the lap times. He was going for it. So Peace, Merckx, Hazer, Rusty Ball, all in for intermediates. Yeah, it's time. Doug's coming in. Brewdog will probably come in. But let's go back to the leaders, because I imagine it's going to get a little bit more racy now that the intermediates are back in play. And the question is, does it stay like this to the end, or are they going to get drier and drier? Are we going to finish on slicks? Are we going to get those feel goods on the cars? "17 seconds now for Hazer to P2. Monumental, but he has got Bloomer. Again, another car that has... Merckx picking up a penalty. It's on 6 seconds now, I believe. Yeah, Merckx on 6 seconds. Hazer on 5 seconds still in the pit lane. Widget's on 6 seconds and Doug's on 3 seconds. But yeah, was Bloomer just that far behind that he's only just passing the pits now? Sorry, not Bloomer. Yeah, Bloomer. He is in, yeah. Very close for speeding the pit lane there, locks his tyres up. So yeah, that advantage that Lynx had has come down slightly now. It's down to 2.4 seconds. I think it was at 5-ish seconds, maybe. No, sorry, 9 seconds with the penalty. So it's gone to 5.4. So yeah, it's lost about 3 seconds in that pit stop. Maybe he was just going a little bit slower going in, make sure he didn't get a penalty. I wouldn't imagine that'd be 3 seconds worth, but yeah, I think something's happened because he's now only 5.4 in front with that penalty. I've just seen Brewdog on the back of Bloomer now that Bloomer's come out. Brewdog's tyres will be warm. He's done 4 laps on those intermediates, so he will have slightly better grip. It will come down to setup, who's got the most downforce. And it does look like Brewdog's struggling putting the traction down coming out the corners. He loses a position to Widget. Widget going through on the outside. So Prezi still on those full wets, as is Ozmatch. Or Who's-Match? Who's-Mac? I'll get crucified if I'm trying to pronounce that. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but we'll go with Who's-Mac. So Widget. The resurgence of Widget rising from the flames like a phoenix. Who's now on the back of Bloomer. Less than a second. Obviously DRS will not be activated, but he is on the back of him and he's pushing. So Widget for a late resurgence. And he just gets ahead of Prezi and Ozmat coming out of the pits there. So Widget obviously feeling a lot better on these intermediates. A little bit racier. Make sure Widget gets his braking zones right here. You don't want to go into the back of the Ferrari, but Widget looking very racy indeed. It's the difficult double right-hander, stays off the curb. It's difficult chicane. I imagine that Widget is going to get overtake here on the whole finish straight because he's close enough just for the slipstream alone. If he can get this good traction put down now and a great braking for the last 2 turns. Gets the car slowed down beautifully there. Oh, I think he just missed a bit of an apex there. Should have been a little bit tighter, but yeah, gets the power down. He's lost a bit of time in those last two left-handers. But he just try and pick up the slipstream now. He's not going to be close enough. So yeah, just that last double left-hander, he just didn't quite get it right. Did look like he missed the apex a little bit, pushed him a bit wider towards the pit lane, and yeah, unable to put the power down. But again, he's back onto it now. At the front, 3.3, Link's Beast finding his pace again. He's increased it by just over half a second in the last two laps. Oh, let's just see Bloomer just getting a bit of traction issues there. Looks like the front end didn't bite enough, or he got a bit of a knock from the curb. Something happened there to destabilise his car. Widget locking up. He's much closer this time round. If he gets it, he does. He hits the apex properly this time. Gets the power down. He's right in the back of his gearbox. He's sucking those fumes in. Which is he going to go, left or right? Can he make this happen? His downforce. He's probably on the higher side. He's not gaining that quickly. He goes to the outside. He'll give the outside for turn one, but Bloomer will protect that line. He does. Yeah, he was well within his rights to do that, but Bloomer looked like he had great foresight there and just moved slightly right just to make him think twice about going down the outside, and it worked beautifully. Second chicane, looks like they're both going to do very nicely. Widget does look like he has that slightly higher downforce because he's gaining time in those corners. And as you can see, the Ferrari just picking up speed up the hill as you get out of that traction phase of the third gear. He's just starting to pull ahead. It looks like the lower downforce for the Ferrari is sort of balancing it out between the high downforce, or presumed high downforce, of the Red Bull. So yeah, Widget just making his presence known there on the left-hand side, making it difficult for Bloomer. He'll have to go into that chicane a little bit tighter. So just checking on that delta between Peace and Merckx. It looks like it is hovering around that 3.3, 3.2 seconds mark. Oh, you see Widget getting a little bit squirrely there over the curb. As Rusty Ball just picks up a penalty, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. It's not what he wanted. I believe that's 6 seconds for Rusty Bolt now. 3 seconds, also his first penalty for Rusty Bolt. So again, Widget going for the left-hand side into the chicane. Oh, he has to go across. He has to cut across. He's going to have to give that place back. He does. He gives it back. Fair play. But he's lost time. He gave it back in the wrong way. Well, no, probably not the wrong way. You do have to slow down if you're off track. So in order not to get a corner cut penalty, he would have had to go a lot slower to make sure the mini deltas were correct. Otherwise he would have got an instant 5 seconds or even 10 seconds. So fair play to Widget, but I think he got, did he get 3 seconds then? Possibly, but he's not lost massively out there because he's still only 1.5 back. So let's see if he can claw it back. So it's gone up now, 3.5 seconds, so 3.3 seconds hovering around for all that gap between Peace and Merckx. 17 seconds Hazer. Nearly 18 seconds from Hazer to Merckx. Difficult conditions for all the drivers out there tonight. We've got a fair few penalties on the board. We've got 6 seconds for Merckx. We've got 5 seconds for Hazer, unless he pits again. 3 seconds for Rusty Bolt. SR Racing staying clean. Bloomer staying clean. Widget 6 seconds. Brewdog staying clean. Doug 6 seconds of time penalties. And Perez and Osmak all staying clean. So on the board there is only Hazer that could potentially remove the 5 seconds by pitting. So there's quite a few gaps now between everyone. 11 drivers left in this race. Prez a lap down. Osmak also a lap down. And you actually got the likes of Doug, Brewdog, Widget, Bloomer all down by a quarter of a lap there, and then you've got another quarter of a lap that separates Hazer, Rusty Bolt and SR Racing, sort of. Yeah, there's sort of like he's split in two with a big distance between the two packs. 43 laps now, we are 2/3 of the way through. We've got 20 laps remaining. Intermediate tyres at the minute. It is looked like light rain. We are starting to sort of see a bit of a racing line start to appear. So if this rain gets lighter, we could potentially see some slick tyres going on maybe in the next 6 or 7 laps. But at the minute, the rain is still coming down. On board with that leader now. Mixed piece, 4.8 seconds in the lead, with the P2 with 6 seconds. That's nearly 11 seconds in the lead. Yep, we have just surpassed the 11 seconds, and that delta is going up and up and up. I was just seeing Merckx get past Prez. Oh, Widget gets another penalty now. So Widget is on 9 seconds of time penalties. Must be very frustrating for the drivers not being able to race hard. Obviously not everyone likes the wet conditions, and not everyone who likes the wet can do it on every track. You know, it's very track dependent, so this has certainly separated everyone's ability. Wet sessions are great for a bit of excitement, but it's nicer to have dry racing where you can see wheel to wheel, everyone's going for it. I do like a wet session, I must admit, but even myself, I get bored of the wet sometimes. You know, you just want to be able to put the power down and race, and you can see from the spread between the drivers that, you know, this has certainly played a big part in raising deltas. It's certainly spread the field out a lot more, having that wet running for so long. I mean, we've been in wet conditions now since, what was it, laps 17 or 18, maybe a bit sooner. You know, we did a good 12 laps on the inters. We've done probably nearly the 18 laps on the wet. So yeah, nearly 2/3 of the current race done under wet conditions. it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. So if you are hearing me, guys, my headphones are malfunctioning. I can't hear any race audio. Hopefully my voice is still being broadcast. If someone can let me know in the lounge chat that you can still hear my voice, but I can't hear a single thing. So I hope you guys can still hear me. Right, so yeah, Bloomer 5 seconds back from SR Racing. Oh, did you see Bloomer just spin there? So Bloomer actually spinning out, losing time to his teammate there. Widget's gone up into P6, but he has got 9 seconds of penalties. That is going to play a big part. Yeah, really sorry guys. I have no idea if my voice is being broadcast. My headphones are broken. I'm not sure what the issue is, but I'm going to continue speaking just in case you can hear me. I have no idea. I can't hear game audio, so I'll carry on anyway. So yeah, it looks like... Okay, thank you, Miss Poem. You can hear me. Okay, so apparently you guys can still hear me, so I'm going to do this with no audio, which is going to be difficult. But yeah, we've got Link's Piece 3.8 seconds with that 6-second penalty to Merckx. Obviously, comfortable lead now. The rain has stopped by the looks of it, so I imagine we might be coming into the territory of Mr. Feelgoods again, getting those slick tyres on. I imagine 3 or 4 more laps, and then we're going to see some slicks, because I don't see any raindrops. We've still got rooster tails, we've still got standing water, but yeah, we are probably going to see some sort of slick tyre strategies come into play for the last 14, maybe 13, 12 laps. I can't see much rain at all, so this could be very interesting indeed. Link's Piece is going to have to call this super right, because obviously going from intermediates to the slick tyre, it can be a massive difference between coming out on top or losing multiple positions. Race control DRS enabled. That means it's slick tyre time. Mr. Feelgood's coming out of the blanket. So here we go. This is go time for the drivers on track. that is an indication for me that you need to come in and get some. Oh, Williams gone DNF'd. Where was that? Was that in the pits? Possibly in the pits. But yeah, when the DRS is enabled, that is normally the green light to get your ass in the pits and get some Mr. Feelgoods on, get the softs on for the last 11 laps of this race. Well, it's 11. It's going to be 14 laps in it. So yeah, 13 racing laps once you come out of the pits on those slicks. So yeah, who's going to be the first person to actually come in and put some slicks on? So let's put the tyres on. They've already been in, so Peace is already in, Merck's already in, Hayes is already in. Rusty Bolt's in. SFR Racing needs to come in. I know he stayed out before on the intermediates when it should have been wet, so let's make sure SR Racing, you come in and put the right tyre on. And he has this time round. Well done. Widget needs to come in. And he's in. Looks like everyone is coming in. So, Link's Peace, 3.7 seconds in the lead from Merckx, who's got that penalty. But we are getting drier and drier. Is this going to be the resurgence of Hazer, who's in P3, 22 seconds down? That's a long, long way. Oh! The McLaren in the back. Brewdog. He went off, and I think he's lost his wing. Virtual safety car. Right, so that means Prezi Prez and Osmac at the back can actually come in and get a cheap pit stop. They are a lap down though, so it's not really going to help them. Bloomer out on hards. Really, Bloomer? Is that a tyre allocation thing? That must be a tyre allocation thing, surely. Yeah, must be tyre allocation thing, because I don't understand why you'd put hards on for 12-13 laps of a drying track. So let's just assume that is tyre allocation. Brewdog, who's pitted again and gone on to hards also, which is a strange one. That must also be simply because he's got the damage and that's the only tyre he's got left. So that's really unfortunate for Brewdog. The fact that he's used all his tyres and he's having to come out on the hard tyre on a drying track, that's a hard pill to swallow. I think I'd need a couple of pints of water to swallow that pill. That's very difficult indeed. And just looking at the leader, Bloomer, 1 minute 25 off the lead on hard tyres. That is difficult. Same with Brewdog, well over a minute behind the leader on the hard tyre, obviously the slower tyre. It's not a great tyre to be on in the dry round here, never mind on a drying track, although it does look relatively more dry now. That as the EA have switched off the wet and literally made the water disappear with literally, I think it was like a lap and a half, and it's gone totally. So perfect sense from EA there, as always. Fantastic job, guys. But yeah, let's go check in with our race leader. Now he's on the soft tyre, he's on the feel goods, looking mighty fine. He's pushing that lead now on track at 5.4, and that is going to be 11.4 with penalties applied. Hazer still penalty free. He's 19 seconds behind Merckx with penalties applied, so he needs to get a move on. He's only got 12 laps remaining, and you're probably not going to have, what was that, 12 laps and 19 seconds, so 1.2 or 1.3 seconds a lap. You'd need to be better than Merckx per lap. I don't think you can do that on Merckx. Merckx is a great driver, great pace. So I think Merckx, as it stands, he's going to retain that P2. Hazer, P3. Let's put interval back on. P3 with 10 seconds back to Rusty Bolt. Rusty Bolt's got a penalty, so that to me signifies that P1, 2 and 3 is all but locked in. These guys would need to do something drastically bad to lose that podium now. Rusty Bolt with that penalty coming under pressure. No, he's not coming under pressure from SR Racing, 28 seconds back. I think SR Racing's under pressure from Rusty Bolt. because he's got 5 seconds with, I think, Wedge's on 9 seconds actually. Yeah, he's on 9 seconds, and no pressure for SR Racing. That's kind of P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 sort of settled, and I think Bloomer will be P6. Yeah, as daft as this sounds, unless anything changes with pace drastically or penalties drastically, how you see it now is kind of how it's going to finish if it stays as is. You've not really got anything that's going to change, I don't think, unless someone spins or gets more penalties or anything of such. Then the order now is probably how it's going to be, to be honest with you. Let's just put penalties on, just double check I'm not talking absolute nonsense. But yeah, as I'm seeing it, Link's Peace is going to get the win. Merckx is pretty safe because he's 12 seconds ahead of Hazer with the penalties. Hazer 10 seconds ahead of Rusty Bolt. So 13 seconds ahead of Rusty Bolt, and then Rusty Bolt 17 seconds clear of SR Racing. Widget is the only person that's going to really lose a position to Bloomer. So yeah, Hazer, there you go. Hazer setting the fastest lap. He wants that extra point. It's amazing what those feel goods can do. But I mean, oh, there you go. He gets it snatched away. The race gods giveth, the race gods taketh away. In literally 10 seconds, as a new fastest lap is set. Rusty Bolt taking that fastest lap. So that's fair play from Rusty Bolt. I wonder if Lynx is going to see that and go, alright then, I'll see you won 18.5 and I'll raise you. Let's see what Lynx Peace is going to do now on this next lap. Because 18.5, that's a sizable difference in fastest lap. I wonder if Lynx Peace is just biding his time, or if he's just saving battery to go for it now. But yeah, we'll soon see. But I do imagine someone's going to do a bit of a Max Verstappen here and go, all right, I'll see you fastest lap and I'll raise you. As Merckx just does a Max Verstappen where they won 17.6. I can't see Link's not going for that. Surely he's going to go for that. The lap times are coming down now. That signifies that the track is bone dry. The marbles are starting to come back on off the racing line. You can see that slightly less grey line where the racing line is. So traction's improving. It's going to get faster and faster. It's sort of like qualifying laps. It's going to get faster and faster as we approach that last few laps. So this could be anyone's race really for the fastest lap. Who saves enough battery? Who nails it? Who doesn't get the braking zone wrong? All that kind of good stuff. But on board with the main man, Link's Peace, who's led this race pretty much from start to finish, apart from maybe 1 or 2 laps during the pit stops. I imagine this is going to be a pretty fast lap now. If we don't see a fastest lap from Link's Peace now, then I'll be very, very surprised. Here we go. Let's see what it can do. Is this a fastest lap from Link's Peace? No, it's not. It's an 18.9. Right, okay, very surprising actually. Let's really quickly put telemetry on. Yeah, and he's out of battery as well, really. So maybe that was his push lap and that's all he had. Okay, I'm surprised. So Merckx, fair play. Hats off to you, Merckx. You've got the fastest lap by a considerable margin there. Monumental fast lap. So yeah, that's brownie points there, mate. Brownie points indeed. But yeah, going back to the actual race itself. Again, nothing's really changing from what we said before. I don't think. Widget 9 seconds yet. Doug with 6 seconds, not under pressure from Brewdog. So yeah, Lynx is safe. Merckx is still safe by 9 seconds. Hazer obviously safe from Rusty Bolt because he's got a penalty. Rusty Bolt is safe from SR Racing because he's 14. So yeah, nearly 20 seconds safe. SR Racing is safe from Widget because he's got a penalty. Widget, as before, is still under attack from Bloomer, who technically is in front of him and pushing on. Widget is safe from Doug because Doug's got 6 seconds, and then Doug's safe from Brewdog because he's 43 seconds behind him. So, not really. The only person that's really under pressure, I would say, is Prezi Prez, who's 9 seconds from Osmac. Other than that, only Widget is going to drop a position, and we've got 7 laps remaining of this 100% tier race for round 6 of the Hundy tier. It's been a difficult one, it really has, with the gaps. I would have loved to have brought you more action, but yeah, the wet running has literally concertinaed everyone out. We had a bit of a nice race at the beginning. You had 3 groups going for it, and then as the strategies came into play, we separated, and then everyone's just found their own little pace now, and we've just settled into this kind of lull in the race where everyone's just clinging on for dear life. They've got the softs on, everyone's going hell for leather trying to make the best of it, but the gaps were too big. Here's a 3-second time penalty. Does that change anything? No, it doesn't. Yeah, so like I say, everyone's pushing the boundaries now on those soft tyres, but you know, everyone's on the soft, apart from a couple of mediums, I believe. Let's just double check that. Oh yeah, Bloomer and Brewdog were on the hards, and a few on mediums. But yeah, everyone's pushing. You know, everyone's going as fast as they can, and you know, it's kind of equalised the race out a little bit, unfortunately. But it has been enjoyable, it really has. You know, 6 laps remaining now, nearly over. If you have been watching, thanks guys for watching. It is unfortunate it's been a wet race. Like I said before, it's nice to be dry all the way to the end and have you know, toe-to-toe racing. But it's been good. We've had some good action, we've had some good overtakes, good strategy calls from the guys, all good stuff. Right, okay, I have just got my audio back, thank God for that. Don't know if that was a pad issue, but yeah, I'm glad you've been able to hear me still. But yeah, I had no audio whatsoever, but it's nice to get the audio back, just for my sanity rather than anything else. As it goes again. Right, bear with me guys, 2 secs. Five laps remaining in this race. Link's piece, solid drive today. 5.2 seconds in the lead with that 6 seconds. Going to make it 11 seconds. Let's double check actually. Wrong one. Penalties. Yep, 6 seconds to Merck. So that is 11.3 seconds in the lead for Link's piece. He led from the start, I believe. Only changing that was the pit stops, but yeah, other than the pit stops, has led from start to finish and has been absolutely monumentally on the pace all race. Merck's also having a great outing, never really leaving that P2 position, maybe at the start in the first stint, just switching places with a couple of people at the start, but making his way back up. And again, let's just remind everyone of the position change. Merck's 12 positions gained, absolutely monumental. Hazer and Rusty Bolt pretty solid out in there, 1 and 3 positions gained respectively. SR Racing, who was equal, just been overtaken by Widget, but again, Widget will drop back down with those penalties as they cross the finish. As we've seen, SR Racing come under fire from the lapped car of Osmatch. And again, Peace just oinking out that extra few tenths, 5.8 now. He seems to be getting faster and faster as the race goes on. Can he break that 6 seconds and make it 12-second lead advantage? So SR Racing on the back of Widget again. He wants that position back on track. I mean, he'll get it on penalties, but obviously every driver wants to take it on track, don't they? Nobody wants to sit behind the car and let penalties decide. He wants it, and he's done it. He's on the right-hand side, approaching turn 1. He's clear. Massively clear. No need for Widget to go down the inside there. That would be a silly move, but Widget thinks better of it and just stays behind him. This could be a nice bit of racing towards the end for these two, though. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a bit of nice, friendly racing. Widget knows he's not going to get the position on track. SR Racing knows he's not going to lose it on track, lose it on penalties. So yeah, a bit of nice, exciting racing for the viewers and for the commentator. And give us some action in the closing stages of this race. 3 laps to go, or 2.7 laps to go technically. So that pace advantage that Peace had at the front has come down slightly. Might have been pushed on those softs. I mean, not that it's going to matter. He's 10 seconds in the lead, but yeah, it looks like he's just dropped. He's either had a mistake or the softs have dropped off. As Widget eyeing up SR Racing again as we come down the home finish straight. Now DRS will be activated, so Widget will get the wing open. There you go, wing opens. The overspeed is apparent. He gets it well before turn 1. And obviously it is futile because Widget has 9 seconds of penalties. I think SR Racing just thought, yeah, you know what, mate, you can crack on. I'm not fighting that. I'm not sniffing my nose up the inside of your tyres because I'll happily take P5 from you when you cross the line. And in fact, oh yeah, it is just P5. The P1 to P4 are too far ahead for the penalties to have any bearing on SR Racing's finishing. Oh, as SR Racing gets a bit of a tank slapper going on. Yeah, rein it in, SR Racing, rein it in. You're too close to the end to be even pushing. Just bring it home, mate. You've got 9 seconds in the bag, so 8 seconds in the bag to Widget. You don't need to be pushing it at this time. Just bring it home, mate. So on board with Lynx, again, he dropping a few temps there coming through sector 3, but Lynx is now coming onto the back of Osmac and Prezi Prez and a few other drivers. Actually, I think it's a bit of a mismatch of mid-pack and rear-pack. What an absolute monumental race from this man in the Haas car. Not put a foot wrong all race from what I remember. Great strategy calls, didn't falter, absolute racecraft central, amazing, absolutely amazing racing. Merckx again, absolutely monumental racing from him. Great start. I think it was lap 1 that he dived up so many positions, but then obviously kept, once he got to the front, kept it there, made the right strategy calls. Again, Hazer, right strategy calls, was always out in front. Rusty Bolt, he's in the pits now actually. Is he going to go for the fastest lap? No, he's coming a lap too late for the fastest lap. He needed to come in last lap for that. He won't actually get a full lap, so maybe Rusty is just, I don't know, is he guarding something? Did he get damage? In fact, let's just jump on board with him. It's too late now, I can't see if it was a wing change or anything, but yeah. Maybe he's just protecting something. He's 62. Oh no, yeah, he can go fastest lap. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I missed the ball there. Oh no. So they've just started. Yeah, okay, so Rusty Bolt can go for the fastest lap. That's what he's doing. He's on lap 62, about to start lap 63. So yeah, he did come in right. Rusty Bolt obviously then going for the fastest lap. He needs to get these tyres scorchio. Get them nice and hot, get those fronts warmed, and go for that fastest lap. Rusty Bolt picks up a 3-second time penalty on those fresh tyres. Hazer, in fact, who holds the fastest lap at the minute? Fastest lap at the minute is Merckx with a 1:17.6. as we are on board with Linked Peace, who's had the lead of this race from pretty much start to finish. Absolute nailed the strategy. Just a little bit of a spin there. I was about to praise his lack of mistakes, but yeah, Linked Peace, doing exactly what I needed to do. He's been monumentally strong all the way from the start. And he's got that. He's starting weaving already. That's cheeky. He's got an early weave going, and he crosses the line to take that win. Absolutely monumental. As Merckx, he comes across the line to take P2, and then Hazer not far behind him really. Got the last 2 corners to go, and he will take P3. But we will go on board with Rusty Bolt because I want to see if he gets this fastest lap. He's got a purple sector 1. Has he got the battery for it? 43%. Yeah, he has. I was just seeing Rusty Ball. Will he get it right? Oh, he's just in. Yes, double right-hander, done perfectly. Now we've got the tricky chicane. It's a purple sector 2. This should be a fastest lap for Rusty Bolt. He wants that extra point. And here we go for Rusty Bolt. It comes across the line. It should be a fastest lap. And it is a fastest lap, 1:16.742. And he comes across in P4. PVR Widget actually coming over in P5, but I think he will drop down to P7 maybe. We'll see what happens when he crosses the line. He has. Right, I'll give you the full run on it in a second, guys. But yeah, that is the end of a very long race. My word. Yeah, but yeah, some great racing at the start of that. It was a wet race which separated everyone out, but at the start we did have quite a lot of good racing there. A lot of action to bring you guys, but obviously that just settled down towards the end when we had the intermediates and then the full wets, of course. I'm just going to wet my whistle. There you go. Peace on the top step. He's going to be happy with that. There you go, guys. We've got Link's Peace in P1, Hazer in P2, Merckx in P3, Rusty Bot in P4, SR Race in P5, Bad Boy in P6. What? Ah, that's overall. Race results. Sorry, there we go. So, there you go. Link's Peace P1, Merckx P2, Hazer P3. We got Rusty Bolt in P4, SR Racing in P5, Widget in P6. Fair play to pick Widget for coming 6th there. Really good. We've got Bloomer in P7, Doug in P8, Brewdog in P9, Prezi Prez in P10, Osmac in P11, who I believe was the last finisher. And then we've got William, Koff, Bad Boy, Algerio, Poem, Beast, all believed to be DNFs in that race. Let's just get race director incidents for the stewards. There we go. And there's your pit stops for everyone. So there you go, Poem front wing. Front wing for Widget. Front wing for Bloomer. Sorry guys, I'd like to capture this for the stewards. It's more information that might be needed. Wow. Look at the tyre allocation there. That is amazing. That's a great graphic. Right guys, yeah, well, thank you ever so much for joining us. That was an interesting, very wet Imola. You can join me next week for round 7 of the Hundy tier. I've been Energy Dan. I've been your host and commentator for this evening. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have been trying my best, solo commentator with a very spread out race. So obviously not a lot to report on during the race, but hopefully it was enough for you guys to enjoy listening. And yeah, don't forget we have got our international tier tomorrow. I believe is 9 o'clock, and of course Monday for tier 1 at 8 o'clock. Tuesday for tier 2, and then of course Wednesday for tier 3. Yep, join us on our socials, guys, and get involved. And if you do want to join the league, you can get involved by joining us in the Discord. We are searchable on our socials. But yeah, join in, and one of us will get in touch with you about getting into the league. But yeah, I'm Jidan. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.